Hey guys, it's Lady. So I am filming on my camera again, so if I sound weird, that's probably why. I made this video once before and it did not upload right. So I'm gonna do it all over again and hopefully this will be like quicker. So as you can tell by the title, military life, separation, um, everyone's experience is different, so mine may be different from yours. I'm not saying that one is better than the other. Um, Everyone goes through it at some point in time. Um, it's just some people's um, feelings and opinions are different. So this one is mine. Um, as of right now, my husband and I are separated. He is in a different state. He is in Mississippi, and I am here in Arizona. Um, and he's going to be gone for another 2 months. And I cannot believe that January is almost over. And I am so happy. He's going to be gone for another 65 days. So it may seem long, but the days have really been flying by. So that's a good thing. So, yeah, so also I apologize if you can see me chewing my gum. If that like grosses you out, I am sorry. I'll try to not show my gum as much. Um, so yeah, so for another 65 days, and then when he comes home, we are in the process of looking for a house back in Michigan, and then we're going to be moving, and then he's going to be leaving again. So, the longest that he and I have been separated was about a year. And that was very tough for both of us because at the time I was pregnant with our first child, and he was gone for the entire pregnancy except for once. I went to go see him when he graduated, and I went to go see him, and I saw him for 2 days. I was in Texas for 3 days, 2 nights, but I only saw him for like 5 hours for 2 days. If that makes sense. I saw him one day for like 5 hours, and I saw him the next day for about 5 hours, and then I left. And then he did not come back home, or I did not see him again until my high school graduation. And then 2 days after I graduated, we got married. And then 2 days after we got married, he had to leave again. And by that time, I was getting ready to pop. I was 9 months, and I didn't see him again for about 3 weeks. And then I had my son, and then he stayed home for about a week or two. And then he left again. So, and then, it's tough being separated. I try my darndest not to complain because there are people who have loved ones who are in different countries, who haven't seen their loved ones in a long time, long time. And what you have to get used to and kind of get over when you are married to someone in the military, 9 times out of 10, they cannot tell you where they're going or what they're doing. And when my husband, when he had to go off and do things, they swear on an oath or something, they can't tell you what they're doing, where they're going, and what they're gonna do. And it's like you have to like kind of get over that. So when my husband had to go and do things, and he's packing up his stuff, and I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I gotta go. Our code was fishing trip or something like that. When he said that he was going on a fishing trip, that to me meant he was going somewhere and he cannot tell me. So there you go. So yeah, and that was the first time we were separated for almost a year. And then the second time was about a week. He was in California. He was on a fishing trip, doing some stuff, and he was gone for a week. And now he's gone for about 3 months. He left on January 3rd, and he's not going to get back until the end of March. So, yeah. And then once we move to Michigan, he has to turn around and he's going to be moving to Florida. And many people are like, why aren't you going with him? Why aren't you and the kids going with him? Because this is something that he and I have talked about for about 6 months or so. Our goal was always to go back to Michigan. That's where we're from. And, you know, that's where we want to live and grow and, you know, grow our roots and raise our kids and all that stuff. So, and Florida is about 14 hours away from Michigan. That's like a weekend trip, you know? So, it is going to work out because we are closer. Like Florida and Michigan, it's closer. And everyone's going to be busy. He's going to be busy working because he only has like 2 years left. He's going to be busy working. He can come in and fly whenever he wants. We can go down and drive whenever we want. And so I have family there. He has family there. Our kids have cousins, aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas. So all of our family is there. There's pros and cons to living in Florida. So, you know, when he's there, he's just there to work, and that's it. And then when I get to Michigan, you know, finding a house, working, taking care of my kids, so everyone is going to be busy. And so, you know, it is hard when the kids are separated from him, but thanks to technology, they Skype every day. The kids, you know, when I say you want to see your daddy, you know, they rush to my phone or rush to the computer and, you know, they Skype and, you know, the kids tell him or try to tell him what they're doing, what they're up to. And so, you know, and my kids, they know that daddy is not here. And, you know, I tell them, you know, daddy's at school, which he is. He's at school, for some training, you know. So I tell them that, you know, daddy's at school, and they are fine with that, and then they move on. You know, they're 3, 2, and 1, so they get over things quickly. So yeah, a weekend drive, a few hours of flying, you know, just going back and forth, so, you know, it's all good. But it is kind of difficult, you know, because he and I have been together for 6 years, and even when we were dating, we would sleep together. Not in a sexual way. We actually literally slept together in the same bed before sex even came into the picture. So not being able to sleep next to someone, that's kind of difficult, and it was a little challenging at first. I did not want to sleep in my bed. I did not want to sleep, period, and even sometimes still, when I have my kids in bed, I don't want to go to bed, because I just don't want to sleep without him, which sounds so, like, childish and baby-like, and, you know, but, you know, I miss him. I miss him dearly. But, you know, the days are flying by, like I said, and he has work to do. I have things to do around here, so time is flying by. It can feel lonely and empty, scared, or scary. It's a different feeling for everybody, you know. These are just, when I'm feeling, it's like it's like I just want to get this time over with, you know? It's like I don't have time to be sitting around and being depressed or down. I do not have time. I have struggled with depression. Something I don't like to talk about, but I have struggled with depression. Um and I figured out ways to like pull myself out of that, you know, get myself through it without, feeling down and without crying or feeling like I'm being like crushed or something, I have my 3 little ones. I do not have time to be feeling down. I do not want to be having a meltdown and having one of my kids walk in and see me, you know. So, I figured out ways I get over it. I haven't cried over the fact that he's gone. Once in a while I'll feel down and lonely, but then I'm like, girl, you need to get it together. Quick, just get it together. Suck it up. It's almost over, But that's just me. Everyone is different. Sometimes you have to cry. Sometimes you have to call someone. Sometimes, you need to have a meltdown, and then you pull yourself back together, and then you move on. So I just take life as it comes to me and deal with it and handle it, and sometimes having a meltdown is fine. If you need to cry or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly natural. The body does that, But, sometimes I just, I just suck it up and just take life as it comes, But it's okay. And this might sound really crazy, but a little separation time is actually very good. You notice things that maybe you take for granted sometimes. Just like those little things that I miss. This might sound really weird, but I miss like the smell of his uniforms, which sounds really crazy, right? It sounds really, really crazy. But I miss the smell of his uniforms. I miss walking up into my room after he's done taking a shower and it smells like his body lotion, and I miss the smell of his cologne, and of course the actual physical side. And then, I just miss him. I miss him getting on my nerves. I just miss him, and the kids miss him, but they're still young enough. They're doing their own thing. They're focusing on letters and coloring and playing, so but yeah, that's how I feel with separation. It is good. A little separation is good. You do miss them a lot, and it is what it is. This is the military life. This is something that you have to think about if you are going into the military, or if you are thinking about marrying someone who is in the military. There are times that they need to do things and they cannot tell you, or they're going to be doing things and they can't show you what they're doing, and sometimes they have to go away for a while to do whatever it is they're doing, and you can't be nagging them about it, like, where are you? What are you doing? How come you can't tell me? Because they cannot. Some things they just cannot tell you. So, yeah, a little separation is good. There are people who have been gone for a long time, and, either I have seen couples stick it out through long distance, and I've seen some couples who have divorced and split up. One of my ex-neighbors, her husband was on deployment, and she packed up herself, her kids, their dogs, and she just moved. Just moved while he was gone. Didn't tell him, just moved. And this is something that he told me. Our very first conversation, this is what he told me. And then he told me what happened. He goes, well, looks like I'm headed for divorce. And it's like, you know? So yes, military life is stressful, but it does have its pros and cons. There's pros and cons to any job you take in life. Anything you do in life, there is a pro and a con. You just have to figure out how the pros weigh out the cons. So, that was my video. I hope you guys took something from it. Maybe some of you guys can relate. Maybe some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. Maybe some of your experiences are different than mine. I'm not saying mine is better. I'm not saying yours is better. I'm just saying what I do and how I feel. If there's anyone out there who has a spouse or a sibling who is deployed or temporary deployed, it gets easier, it gets better, and I hope they come home safely. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to my channel, I know this is like really late in the video, but if you're new to my channel, please click that button down below and subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't be afraid to leave any comments or any comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.